Every house on this list is under $65,000. That's the whole premise. And every one of them earns its spot for a completely different reason. A hospital you can walk to, a town where a revolution was declared, an airport 10 minutes away. One of them also happens to be 5 minutes from a beach. 10 towns, 10 different reasons to buy. I'm giving you all of them. Let's go. The average American home, $420,000. The average American retirement, a monthly check, and a spreadsheet telling you it's not enough. The world has convinced you that's your fault. That 40 years of work buying you a mortgage payment into your 80s is a personal failure and not an arithmetic problem. That's a lie, and I'm going to prove it 10 times in the next 20-some minutes. Every listing you're about to see was live on the market this month, not stitched together from old photos or secondhand stories. Every price on this list is what the market is actually asking. Every one of these towns stands on its own. No ranking, no runner-up. A hospital you can walk to. A piece of history most tourists never learn about. An airport minutes away instead of hours. And one, a beach 5 minutes out. Nothing here needs the others to make its case. Watch the whole thing. The best one for your situation might not be the one with the beach in the title. One thing first, because it'll be the top comment otherwise. You cannot own land in the Philippines. Not with a retirement visa, not after 30 years, not for any amount of money. Article 12 of the Constitution, land belongs to Filipinos. Done. But read it again. It says land, not house. So you own the house itself. You lease the ground underneath it, 25 years, renewable for another 25. Do that math slowly. Some Americans on this list did it a different way. Married to a Filipino citizen, land goes in their name, not yours, not ever, but theirs. And some of what's coming up is a condominium title, not a land title. Those you own outright, same as a house in Ohio. One more option some retirees use, setting up a Philippine corporation with local majority ownership, which can hold land legally, though it comes with its own paperwork and isn't something to attempt without a lawyer who specializes in this exact structure. Every listing in this video, the exact location, the agent contact, the details, is linked in the description below. Go look at them yourself. That's not a courtesy, that's the whole point of this channel. 10 towns. Town number 1, Carmona, Cavite. A comfortable, family-sized house with a corner lot and plenty of parking. $65,000. For comparison, a similar house on a corner lot in most American suburbs runs $280,000 to $350,000. This one is a fifth of that. Cavite is the province where the Philippine Revolution's independence was declared, in a town about 40 minutes from this one. You'd be living inside the opening chapter of a country's history. It's also 5 minutes from the highway exit, which means Manila's malls, airport, and hospitals are a drive, not a full-day trip. Reliable water and internet, round-the-clock security, flood-free. Monthly utilities on a house this size typically land under $60 total. Carmona's population has more than doubled in the last 2 decades as families priced out of Manila move here for exactly this kind of space, which tells you the trend is only pushing prices up from here, not down. This is the town for someone who wants the Philippines without giving up the infrastructure of a big city 15 minutes away. The catch is that the listing doesn't confirm whether title transfer is included in the price, and the clean title mention needs to be verified with documents before anyone wires a peso. Standard due diligence, non-negotiable. The next one sits in a city ranked one of the safest in Southeast Asia, on the island that makes American families nervous for reasons that have nothing to do with this particular street. Town number 2, Matina, Davao City, a brand new, fully furnished family home ready to move into. $57,000. Davao is the hometown of a former president, sits at the base of Mount Apo, the highest peak in the country, and it's the durian capital of the Philippines, for better or worse depending on your nose. This house is walking distance to a grocery chain and a well-known school campus, schools, hospitals, and city infrastructure already built around you. Not something you're hoping gets finished eventually. A full sit-down meal downtown runs $2 to $3. Davao's metro population has passed 1.7 million, making it the third largest city in the country. Yet the cost of a full furnished house here still undercuts a used car back home. A furnished house renting alone in most of Florida would cost more per month than this one cost outright. The catch? It's a big, busy city. If you came here for quiet, this isn't it. Davao is for someone who wants Mindanao's cost of living with Manila's convenience, and who doesn't mind trading small-town quiet for shopping malls and traffic on a Friday night. Third one is the cheapest entry point on this entire list, and the paperwork is already marked clean before you even ask. Town number 3, Bacoor, Cavite, a spacious 2-story family house with room to spare, $40,600. Bacoor sits just south of Metro Manila, close enough that it's technically part of the greater metro area, which means Manila's hospitals, airports, and malls are a real commute, not a plane ride. This is the best space to price ratio anywhere on this list. Most families on this list are getting less space at a higher price than this. The listing carries what's called a green tag, shorthand in Philippine real estate for complete verified property documents, which is exactly the kind of paperwork clarity most of the other towns on this list can't offer. The catch is that the physical condition of the house still needs an in-person inspection, and the listing doesn't state whether transfer of title costs are included. Cheapest price on the list doesn't mean skip the paperwork. If anything, it means check it twice. 3 in. If you're still with me, hit like right now. 1 click and it genuinely decides whether this reaches 10,000 people or 100,000. Fourth one comes with a festival built out of grief and more bathroom space than most houses on this list. Town number 4, Bacolod City, Negros Occidental. A brand new bungalow on a generous lot, $52,000. They call Bacolod the City of Smiles, and there's a festival to prove it. Mascara every October, a citywide celebration built around giant smiling masks that started in the 80s as a direct response to a tragedy. The city decided grief wasn't going to be the whole story. Negros runs on sugar, the sugar island, which is why the cost of nearly everything grown here stays low. A kilo of fresh vegetables at the local market runs under $1. Bacolod also sits directly across the water from Cebu, roughly an hour by ferry, which means both islands' hospitals and airports are realistically in play from this one address. 2 full bathrooms at this price point is rare anywhere on this list. The catch? The floor area is modest against the lot size, room to build later. Not a lot of house to start. Town number 5 sits on an island so central to this country that its name is basically shorthand for the islands themselves. Basak, Cebu. A gated 2-story home with a garage minutes from the international airport. $58,000. Cebu isn't a town near an island. Cebu is the island, the whole thing. And it's the hub of the entire Visayas region, with flights connecting from here to nearly anywhere in the country in under an hour. This house comes with its own water system, which matters more in the provinces than people from the states expect. Near schools, malls, and groceries, daily life is already solved here. Cebu's economy runs on tourism, shipping, and a growing tech and outsourcing sector, which means, unlike some smaller towns on this list, the job market here supports more than just retirees. Useful if grandkids ever decide to visit and stay a while. Domestic help, a full-time housekeeper, typically runs $100 to $150 a month in this area, something that would cost 4 times that in the States, if you could find it at all. The catch is that the listing doesn't confirm clean title or transfer of title costs, and the property's exact condition isn't spelled out. This is a house where you bring your own lawyer to the viewing, not a house where you sign today. Town number 6 isn't famous for a beach or a mountain. It's famous for a piece of paper. Malolos, Bulacan, a modest existing single-family home in a historic town, $57,000. Malolos isn't famous the way Boracay is famous. It's famous the way a founding document is famous. This is where the Malolos Congress met in 1898 and wrote the first constitution of the first Philippine Republic in Asia. You'd be living inside a footnote in world history 20 minutes from Manila. It's also roughly 40 minutes from Clark International Airport in the other direction, which means 2 international airports are realistically reachable depending on which flights are cheaper that month. The province of Bulacan itself has one of the highest per capita incomes outside Metro Manila, which means better roads, better hospitals, and a stronger local economy than most provincial towns on this list. The catch, same one as Cebu. Title, ownership, and transfer terms aren't stated, and the current condition of the house needs confirmation before you get attached to it. Historic town, unverified paperwork. Bring the lawyer here too. And now, the one from the opening. Alaminos City, Pangasinan. 2 houses on 1 generous lot, plenty of bedrooms and bathrooms between them. Clean legal documents already confirmed, updated tax records, flood-free, $65,000. And the beach sits roughly 1.5 miles away. About 5 minutes by car. Alaminos already has a reputation among people who actually know the Philippines. It sits on the Lingayen Gulf, home to the 100 Islands National Park, the oldest national park in the country. Over 100 limestone islands scattered across the water, most of them empty, most of them a boat ride away for under $10 round trip. The 100 islands alone pull in enough domestic tourism that Alaminos has a real hospitality and service economy. This isn't an isolated fishing town. It's a functioning tourist city with a beach as its backyard. This isn't a random beach town. This is a beach town with 100 bonus islands attached to it. Here's the honest part. This is the one property on this entire list flagged during research as needing extra caution. It's pre-owned, not new construction, and the transfer costs aren't spelled out in the listing. A physical inspection isn't optional here. It's the whole ballgame. The land documents are clean. The house itself needs your own eyes on it before anyone sends money. That's not a reason to skip it. It's a reason to fly there before you buy it. If this list has been useful so far, this is the point where subscribing actually matters. We go through listings like this every single week, and if you don't subscribe now, the algorithm just won't show you the next one. Town number 8 breaks a rule we set at the start of this video, and it breaks it in your favor. Iloilo City, Iloilo. A finished, move-in, ready condo unit with a garden space. $57,000. Here's what makes this one different from everything else on this list. This is a condominium unit, not a house and lot, which means the entire land ownership conversation from the top of this video doesn't apply to it. Foreigners can own this outright. No lease on the ground, no 25-year renewal math, no marrying into a land title. You own it the same way you'd own a condo in Florida, except the HOA style association dues here typically run under $30 a month, not $400. It's walking distance to a major hospital, genuinely walking distance, not 20 minutes if traffic's kind, and close to a mall and a cluster of schools. Iloilo is one of the most underrated heritage cities in the country. Spanish-era architecture and a food scene built around a noodle soup called bachoy that started in this exact city and now costs about $1.50 a bowl, right where it was invented. Iloilo was also named one of the most livable cities in the Philippines multiple years running, largely because of exactly this mix: real healthcare access, heritage charm, and a lower cost of living than Manila or Cebu. The catch is that the listing structure involves installment financing and the exact title transfer terms aren't spelled out yet. Worth a direct call to the developer before assuming it works like a straight cash sale. Town number 9 is the most move-in ready house on this entire list, and it has a history most tourists never learn. Angeles City, Pampanga. A fully furnished townhouse with a garage inside a secured subdivision with round-the-clock security. $49,000. Angeles grew up around Clark Air Base, decades of American presence that left the city with infrastructure most provincial towns don't have. Clark International Airport is minutes away, along with hospitals, malls, schools, and restaurants built to serve an international population. You can fly direct to several Asian capitals from here without connecting through Manila. This is the most turnkey house on the list. Furnished, garaged, secured, and within walking distance to everything a retiree actually uses week to week. Pampanga is also considered the culinary capital of the Philippines by a lot of Filipinos themselves, so the food scene alone, sisig was invented here, is a legitimate reason some people move to this specific province. The catch is that parts of the city built an economy around nightlife tied to that same military history, and some districts still carry that reputation. This specific subdivision is secured and separate from that, and unlike Angeles' nightlife reputation from decades ago, this particular corner of the city today is dominated by families, not bars. But if you're picking a neighborhood site unseen, ask which side of the city you're actually buying into. And the cheapest house on this whole list sits in the town that produced the most famous man in Philippine history. Calamba, Laguna, a fully finished, move-in, ready family home, $42,000. In 1861, a boy named Jose Rizal was born in this town. He grew up, wrote 2 novels that told the truth about his country, and was executed for it at 35. His face is on the peso note. His birthplace is a shrine you can visit on a Tuesday afternoon for less than $1 entry fee, 20 minutes from this house. Calamba sits near the highway, minutes from a major mall, hospitals, and schools. The research on this one calls it perfect for the elderly, and the reasoning holds. Commuter access without commuter chaos, and a monthly cost of living for a retired couple here typically lands under $700 total, including utilities and groceries. Laguna Province as a whole has become one of the most popular relocation spots for returning overseas Filipino workers, which means the infrastructure here, roads, hospitals, banks, has been built out specifically for people coming back with foreign savings, not just locals. The catch is that the layout is compact for the bedroom count, and the listing photos are unappealing enough that the research specifically flags it. That's a photography problem, not necessarily a house problem. But see it in person before you decide either way. And again, the actual listing link is in the description so you can judge it yourself. 10 towns, from a corner lot near where a country declared its independence, to a condo where the ownership rules don't even apply, to the birthplace of the man on the money. Here's the thing I actually want you to take from this. Nothing about you changes moving here. You're not smarter in Calamba than you were in Ohio. You didn't earn more. The same check lands on the same day of the month. The only thing that changes is which country it lands in. $2,000 in America is a spreadsheet. $2,000 in most of these towns is a paid-off house, a housekeeper, and money left over. You were never bad with money. You were in the wrong country. None of this is easy. You'd be far from the grandkids, and I won't pretend that's nothing. It's the whole thing. The hospital might be smaller. The visa is paperwork. The land in most of these will never technically be yours, but you'd own the house, and you'd wake up somewhere that actually wants you there. That's not a sales pitch. It's just what the math actually says when you stop assuming America is the only option on the table. Every listing you just saw is linked below with exact addresses and contact details so you can check every claim in this video yourself. Subscribe to New Life Abroad. Every week, I go through listings until I find the ones that don't make sense. Drop a comment. Which country next? And if you've already made the jump, tell us where. The best finds on this channel come from you. Until next time, keep looking.